What's up, guys? I'm getting ready for a contest in Kentucky for Strongman, in which it's for an Arnold spot and for the Nationals in Strongman Corp. And if you would, please like and subscribe to this channel. We're up to over 100 people now, starting to grow a little bit more. Like I said, the more people I get, the more I can actually do these videos. So please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share, do whatever. Guys, back in the gym today, and just to explain, I have to wear a mask because of state mandate laws, just to get that out of the way. Now, the event I want to talk about in this video is called the Viking Press, in which you see that in a lot of strongman events where they'll have the log where the people press it up. Sometimes they're dirt bikes or Hummers or something crazy like that. And it looks relatively simple because it looks like, you know, the weights are on a lever, so it's not as much weight, which it's true. It's kind of like a car deadlift. You guys know what I'm talking about, where, yeah, it looks like you're lifting a shit ton of weight, but really in hand, it's not as much. Now, granted, you start getting into 300-400 pound marks, yes, you are lifting a lot of weight, okay? So it's not easy. Just don't get that confused. Now, a lot of gyms, you know, don't have a Viking Press implement or Viking Press simulator, any of that stuff. So sometimes you're going to have to be creative with the stuff. Now, you can go to gyms, they have it. If they do, that's great. They have enough space for that. Here, as much as I'd like to have one, it's a lot easier just to set it up on a squat rack. So let me show you how we would do that. So here's the squat rack, and I'm setting up the Viking Press. Now, you can go to some places. This I got at Titan Fitness. It actually attaches to the bar, and you add your weights here. So this is the weights that's gonna add to your press. So this right now is what, 90 pounds? So in hand, with the bar and this is like 35 pounds. It's gonna be roughly maybe anywhere from 60, maybe 80 pounds in hand, maybe a little bit less. It's not gonna be super heavy. You'll actually be surprised how light it is. Now, question of how you actually, you know, get this on here. Let me show you. So if you're able to get an implement like this, you'll only need one bar, which I'll talk a little bit about more of that later. So in order to put this on here, you're gonna want a plate here, and the bar is gonna sit off the side, and this needs to be attached here tight as possible. Hopefully this moves a little bit. Then you're gonna add another plate here. I like to use 10s, and then I add another plate here for weight. Now, the reason why you add a little bit more weight here is because once you start pressing more weight over here, you don't want this to pop off, because if it pops off, it becomes very, very difficult to control. So if you don't have something like this, you're going to have to use 2 bars, in which you do the same setup with it, but you're going to have to space it out more, in which equals more weights. Have to get another bar, and you need to be careful not to get it all staggered or stuff when you're pressing it, okay? So this actually makes it a little bit easier. Like I said, I got this from Titan Fitness. It was like 50 bucks. Not bad, especially if you get a discount code or you already have points because you bought stuff for your garage gym. All right, so how are you going to press this? So you're going to come up and get in a good position. I like to get already in position with my feet of how I press normally. So I have my feet out a little bit wider than shoulder width, just so I have a more stable base. You're going to get your arms. You're going to lift up and press up Once your head is through, you knock out. Now, when you're watching some other videos of, like, especially the pro shows, they'll be backwards, which you can do that too. The only problem with that is that these bars here, especially the way the type made, they're not really wide enough for me to get underneath. There is spacing there for your head, but for me, I want it a little bit wider so I don't hit myself. So if I have to for a contest, I'll figure out a way to do it. Right now, I'm not going to. And with this one too, which is great, it has a wide and inner neutral grip, and then just a fat outside. You can get a skinnier bar one, which might be easier to actually fit your head in if you have to do backwards, but this one is a little bit more of an action bar. Also, when you're watching them, let me show you. You'll see guys get underneath, they'll go down, press, and try to do almost like a double dip. Most contests won't count that. So it's kind of difficult to see. You'll see a lot of experienced coaches and experienced refs notice it more and call it out really quick. A lot of other people don't care, won't really care if you do it, whatever. If they see you do it multiple times, usually they might give you a warning, but if you keep doing it, then they're not going to count reps. So you're almost like here, you get down, like getting underneath, you're going to be like, yes. It's kind of weird, I can't really do it. Usually, I get down, press, boom, I'm done. Or I just lean into it. I don't really do the whole double dipping. Now, what does this work? It's working your shoulders, triceps, everything else. So it's a good accessory workout or just a workout on its own. Again, if you have one in your gym, it's great to use and it works good, especially for endurance, or if you just want to increase your overhead pressing. So if you're focused on just straight up overhead pressing, I use this as an accessory and not necessarily just a single day. Unless you have a contest coming up, then I would do this a lot more. Now, if you would, please like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time.